when we played our first show at Slane Castle and 80,000 people. We look like this, but feeling insane.
Hi, I'm Leah Palmieri, and welcome to Hits the Spot. It's not very often that an artist will release their debut album after they've already played in sold-out stadiums all around the world and collaborated on songs that have been streamed billions of times and also won a Grammy. But our guest today has done that and so much more. So Mitch Rowland, welcome to Hits the Spot.
Thank you.
I want to start by saying congratulations. You have your very first debut album as a solo artist. This is incredible. It is such a great album. I've been listening on repeat, truly. How are you feeling, and have you celebrated?
I'm feeling like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, kind of sticking my head above street level and then going back down every once in a while.
Yeah.
I feel good. I don't know if I've celebrated yet, but I will.
So I want to talk a little bit about a lot of stuff, but I want to sort of take it back. A lot of people know that you are a key collaborator with Harry Styles, but I am so excited about this album. I want to talk a little bit about your start. When you first moved to LA from Ohio, you were working in a pizza restaurant. Were you washing dishes? I like to imagine in my head that like you were also making the pizzas. Like I just have a vision of you, you know, like twirling them around.
I had to work my way up.
Okay.
I can give like a tour of LA based on everywhere that didn't hire me. Mm-hmm. And it was the first place that hired me to be a dishwasher and didn't care if I had experience or not, which is a big deal if that's what you're trying to do. I liked it in the back.
Yeah.
I think that's where you want to be in a restaurant. Mm-hmm. Away from the people.
Right, yes, that's the place.
Away from the opinions.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, maybe I could use a bit more money, so I'll learn how to do this and then that, and then I inch my way to the front. But then that's kind of around the time Harry called, or he didn't call, when we met.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I'm making top dollar now, yeah. And then he came along, and so I had to quit.
Wow. I mean, you know, it's a nice accomplishment that you worked your way up to actually making the pizzas and stuff too. That's pretty good.
I was a dough manager.
Right. Okay, good.
Number one.
Yeah.
I liked it though.
Yeah. Dough manager.
Made some good friends there. Oh. I'm still friends with them. So.
Totally. So now that you have your debut album, it's called Come June. It is available to stream now on Spotify, of course. You've had all of this experience both in the studio and on tour with Harry, but does that give you more confidence when you are getting ready to release your solo project, or does that make you more nervous? What's that like?
Experience helps, yeah. I'd like to think I've gotten all the major nerves out of the way, but they come in different forms, I'm realizing. Playing MSG, when, seeing that on the schedule for the first time was like a holy shit day. But before we got there, we had to play Radio City, which was another holy shit.
Yeah.
But I'm not too bad at holy shit management now.
Oh, good. We'll add it next to dough management as
it
well.
Helps,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. When you first started working on this music, it was sort of, I've read that it just was going to be for you. It was sort of like your hobby and, what you love to do. Then it switched and it became, this is a thing that other people are going to hear. What was that journey like for you? And what has surprised you about the process?
I think what was surprising was letting it turn into, letting the songs get filled out. For the longest time I thought, the demos I was making, I wasn't even calling them demos. I thought, well, this will probably be, vocal and guitar sort of thing. I didn't realize, you could put out music like this, duh. But yeah. I think kind of having my head in pop world for so long, I forgot that you could do that. So that was kind of the inspiration for a long time, just kind of anti-production. Everything had already been written by the time I got to the studio, by the time I met Rob Schnaff, and I'd never worked with a producer on my own terms, so that was something I was nervous to do, but it was another thing that just kind of I lucked out on the first try.
Yeah. I like that you sort of mentioned that. It feels like there's really nice instrumentation here throughout this album. I do want to talk a little bit about Ben Harper too, because his contribution is so lovely and so very typically Ben. It sounds so great. What was it like working with him on this?
I showed him a demo of the song all the way back, and I think he was telling me, you could do so much to this song, and then I quickly turned it around on him and said, you could do so much. And then, because I was just, I was still in the bare bones thing, and adding even lap steel, I wasn't necessarily trying to go there. I was just kind of showing him, hey, look what I did. So maybe that was one of the other components of like, oh, now we're going to start adding things and getting away from the earlier ideas of keeping it small. But I think in not to get off topic, but in order to get my whole head around the music, I think I did have to start small.
Yeah.
And, make 2-minute songs and realize, and I think that was I was still finding my voice in those days. And, but to be on the other side of the glass, telling a guy like Ben, like, hey, why don't you try it one more time, was a funny position to be in.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. And then I didn't think he would end up singing, but he wanted to, and he gave it everything. So
he's such a musician's musician type of person too.
Well, there's a kind of a lesson in that, I suppose. However big or small the task is, he went over 100%. So, he's made so much music, and it's probably the only way he can kind of go about doing it.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you opened for him this past summer too. How was that?
Great, yeah. We played that venue 5 or 6 years ago. So that was a cool thing to revisit and, to be doing that music this time around. They're all the nicest. Yeah,
it's a good group for sure. Did anyone give you any really solid advice about making your first album that really stuck with you? And also, what advice do you have for other artists that are working on their first album now?
There's 2 things, I guess, that come to mind. I had expressed to Ben my sort of nervousness to work with a producer. I've always, in the last 7 years, loved working with whoever's leading the room, but and that's coming from a perspective of sitting on the couch and I'm just waiting for someone to tap me on the shoulder. Okay, drums. Okay, guitar, and that's a very comfortable position to be in. So my nervousness was kind of, this is all on me. I don't know what that's like, but he said, "Do not worry, my friend. You will love it." And he was right.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you? Yeah.
The other thing, which wasn't so much about, it was kind of just like a calm down, little boy. When we played our first show at Slane Castle, and Rob and Matt Schussler came out, 80,000 people, and we were all kind of, we look like this, but feeling insane. Rob just said, "It's all shit."
Yes.
Go.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm glad that we spoke about Ben a little bit, but you have had some amazing collaborators over the years, including in the making of this album, and we're going to welcome one of those, who's perhaps your most important collaborator. Okay. Yeah. You looked a little surprised. I'm like, I think you know what's happening.
Ronald McDonald's about to.
If he's here, then I would be surprised, but let me know. Okay, so we are going to welcome a fantastic drummer, your wife, and somebody I'm very excited to chat with, Sarah Jones. So Sarah, come and join us.
Hello.
Yay. Welcome. This is so exciting.
It's very cozy.
Yeah, it is. It's just a pleasure to have both of you here. I want to hear, Sarah, from your perspective, a little bit about what the creation of Here Comes the Comeback was like. I know that you were certainly somebody who inspired, encouraged. What was that process like from your perspective?
Well, I could see Mitch kind of really wanting to do his own thing and writing these songs, but he wouldn't really play them to me, but I could kind of sing along in the house because I could see he was working on something. And I'm so used to, whenever I write a little idea or a demo, I'm used to just sending it to all my friends, like, hey, look at this. Da, da. I kind of got really into that. And Mitch is like the opposite. So I kind of pestered him a little bit to listen and just sort of...
I think it was, hey, can you just fucking finish one of those ideas?
And does that do it? That's motivating?
It worked.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's true. It did. How, like, after you get a suggestion, we'll call it a suggestion like that, is it like, all right, well, let me go do that right now, or then do you stew on it still a little bit?
Oh, I'm stewing all day.
Great.
But I think Sarah showed me how to kind of, you just open your computer, you plug this in, and everyone can do it.
Well, you were so used to working in these really nice studios, you know, with producers and kind of, I'd go and visit in the studio and it'd be amazing, you know.
State of the art.
And I was used to recording in my bedroom, so I kind of got not amazing at that, but like I could do it and then I could present something. It's like, you just need to do that. And then I know that he would be, spend so much time doing that and it would be really beneficial. So I kind of like tried to get him to do that, which you did do and you enjoyed. And then we ended up kind of doing it a bit together, especially in COVID when kind of like, right, what next kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and, you know, I dove into Jose Gonzalez when she said, here you go. But realizing it's no surprise that he records himself and he mixes his records. Maybe he doesn't anymore, I don't know. But the ones I was listening to, the first two, I thought, oh, this feels like something I should be doing.
Sarah, you posted a picture of the bedroom where this was all happening too. Do you, like, what was that environment like compared to a fancy studio? Like, it feels very like, it looked cool to see, like, this is where it was made, so.
It was essential, I think, you know, being in, that was a particularly small room, but found it helpful.
Another setup in the kitchen, which
oh,
was
really?
Like, we kind of wanted it to just be like around everyday life, and if you wanted to go and do it, you just sit there and like really literally next to our kettle and stuff like that. So it was good. It was like it's like part of our day to just put the ideas down, and they were quite funny at first because we were trying to sing in front of each other, and we'd have to just like send the other one out into the kitchen whilst we do our bit, which was so stupid at the time, but
we're out of bananas.
Yeah, can you just
I get that. Sometimes you just like don't want anyone looking at you while you're trying to like do your work like that and focus. Was that the whole time, or did you eventually like get past that and you were like, oh,
we only got past it like yesterday.
Okay.
That's not true. We got past it really quickly, but there was a lot of giggle. What's going on?
Yeah, it's a new side to somebody too. So you've played a few shows so far. How have the first few shows been so far?
Good. Just played the Troubadour. Amazing.
Yeah.
Lots of support and love, and all one could ask for.
And more tour to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
It's cool to play. Hopefully play places that like I used to love going to. I would never really buy tickets to arenas or stadiums, but to see kind of someone up close and, you know, everyone squished together in this box is kind of more my style.
Okay, great. So I'll get ready to be pretty squished.
Well, maybe, hopefully.
I'm going to bring a bunch of friends. We'll be squished. It'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good. Any standouts from the album so far that you're already really enjoying playing live?
Well, I really like playing When It All Falls Down. I think the first time we played it, when the band comes in towards the end, you kind of, you know, shit, you know. So I didn't realize, you know, oh, now we're live.
Yeah.
Because it was just the tiniest song. It was the first song I wrote, and
I can't remember what show it was, but I kind of made my own decision, like, I'm not going to end this song, I'm just going to keep going, and I'm not going to tell Mitch, but I think he'll be better for that. And it was good, I think. So we'll keep it going a bit longer now.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to ask you guys too about, you know, you're this truly adorable rock and roll family. Like, you have a small child now too. What is it like to be on the road? How are you sort of shaping his musical tastes? I mean, Coco Melon goes hard. I don't know if that's if you're like into that, how are you sort of like, you know, handling parenting and also being like cool rock stars?
The thing that helps is not having another reference point. That's
Yeah.
all we know.
Yeah.
So, and it's all he knows. So
We kind of went into
You
it
know.
like, hope this is going to be okay.
Yeah.
And then we've kind of come out of it the other side, like really proud of him and us to be like, oh, we did it. And it went really well. And I think he's enjoyed seeing, you know, now we're in New York, it's like his 9th time here or something. It's like, that's kind of mad. But we took him to this folk festival called Green Man Festival in Wales. And we were just like sat on the bank with him watching the band, and he was screaming as if he was at a Harry concert. That's like the only way he knows. He's like, "Mom!" And like, it's like, oh yeah,
he was the only one screaming.
Concerts. Yeah.
He's into it. I love it.
Yeah, he's just got the girls for reference, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's great. Well, he'll have many more live shows to attend, obviously. Okay, great. Well, I wanted to let you know we dug into some of the Spotify data, and we found the top 3 playlists where people are discovering your music, and that's Fresh and Chill, New Music Friday, shout out to them, and Fresh Finds. So that's pretty fun. But then I'm going to test you a little bit here. Which of these is not a playlist where people are discovering your music?
Oh, God.
The choices are Slay Mash, Folk Arc, I Just Wanna Cry, Chill Morning Mix, or Breezy as Folk. Which of those is not a real playlist that people are discovering your music on?
What's the first one?
Slay Mash.
That's got to be real. I'm going to go with Breezy as Folk.
Okay.
I'm going Chill Morning Mix.
You're correct.
Oh,
Great job.
thank you very much.
Yeah, great job. Our producer made that one up, but I think it's a pretty great playlist name. I might have to make one of those myself. So, great. Well, Mitch, it has absolutely been a pleasure. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I couldn't be more excited that this album is here. I'm going to be listening to it, like I told you, throughout all the seasons. So it is wonderful. You can stream Come June on Spotify now. Mitch and Sarah, thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.